Your Twitch chat's open, and we're going. In the West, we are going to have Sensar in gray playing as the Portuguese. Oh, no. Oh, it's going to be one of these games? Oh, no. Oh, no, because Matze in yellow also playing as the Portuguese. LB10 in the South in teal playing as the Spanish. These are some ugly colors, but they contrast nicely, so I think I'm going to leave them. You were looking forward to seeing Ricola play. Me too, Ben Machine. These things happen. Donji and Andy in the same bracket. Yeah, DM World Cup first and second. So if you've never been on Hamburger before, you have this weird wood line. Normally this is in the shape of a hamburger, but because we have 3 players, it gets kind of morphed a little bit. Oh, right. There's also one great gimmick on this map, guys, that I'll tell you about in a second. But first, I'll just highlight the fact that players have to come forwards and wall off the shoreline here. Otherwise, you can actually like sneak a villager. And everybody has one of those. Occasionally, you'll have a spawn in the middle that's a river, like a part of a supposed river as well. There'll be like a little pond oasis in the middle that gives all 3 players or 2 of the players access to each other and requires extra walls. We have a fair spawn here in this case. Unless you're Matze. Matze, you have a really small area to work with. But there is one special thing, guys. Now, it's ungarrisonable kings, which means your kings can't be garrisoned. What do you have to do? Put your king onto a transport ship. That's right. That's right. You cannot garrison your king, which means you cannot take your king off of this center island. Your king has to stay on the center island in this mode. In my humble opinion, Hamburger is the only map in this edition of Qualifier where it's almost impossible to kill the king. Just too big of a map. What are you talking about, tryhard? Your king has to be on the middle island. It can't get off. The kings are trapped in the middle. That's right. You have to be really careful. Yellow and gray are going to be taking the same wood line, so we have definitely a potential here for a tower from either player. Teal's going to have a relatively safe wood line. So this is a high elo qualifier. All 3 of our players are approximately 2K. Does that look proper? Okay, yeah, that's set up properly. Yeah, kings cannot enter the transports. So they are stuck in the middle. It's going to make this hyper aggressive. We've run this mode, we've run this map with these settings like a few times. And it worked. It was fun. If there's some weird thing that happens, it'll be in the tournament. So I'm kind of looking, we're gonna test this one a bit on the fly. We had problems with the scripting, so it was the last map. So it didn't get as much testing as the other ones.
See.
But it's been great every game that we have ran. What we've seen is players will build a castle and then build a little kingpin with their castle and then try and fortify the water with ships. But you got to be careful because you can just kind of like just sprint in with ships and snipe the king if it's on the shoreline. So you got to kind of pick your poison with where you're going to put the king. Ooh, God, that makes me nervous every single time. I saw someone in chat, I think it was Belgian or Puppy Saturation, said that they're almost traumatized from the Portuguese plays that we've seen in this tournament in the past. We've seen some really long games on Hamburger. Portuguese on Hamburger I think we had like a 6-hour in real life game happen. I don't think we'll see that here. I really, really don't think we'll see that here with these settings. But it is a little intimidating knowing that we have 2 players that have potentially infinite numbers of resources. Now, I like LB10's pick of the Spanish because you make a bunch of conks, you castle drop the woodline, and you can break in through one of the sides and go and snipe a king, and there's nowhere for the king to hide. So I really like that pick. Portuguese organ guns might be good for the same reason because it's such a small like inner area. You don't have as far to run. You might not need the mobility that the conks have. You might just be able to kind of like slowly wander in with organ guns and snipe the king no matter where it is. Who are we cheering for? Oh, we could run a prediction. Start prediction. Who wins LB10 v Matze versus Sensar? right, you guys got 2 minutes to vote with your channel points. You guys got the Gamba is active. You can vote with your channel points. Who do you think is going to win? Teal hit his scout on yellow's side. Did he? Yellow has picked up on that, though. Yellow notices LB10's scout. Get the first hit, Yellow. Get the first hit. All right, well, now LB10 knows that Yellow knows. So, the jig is up, as they like to say. Gold has a safe... Yellow has a safe gold. I was going to say gold has a safe gold. Yellow has a safe gold. Gray has somewhat of a safe gold. Is Teal's on the outside? No, all three players with the gold on the inside here. One more time, guys. You got like a minute left to vote with your channel points. Who wins LB10 versus Matze versus Sensar? The way that I'm leaning, I like the conks. The potential for conks seems really good. Now, players are not eliminated from the tournament if they lose this match. They'll either they'll at random. They don't know which they'll be going to, but at random they'll either be going to a low elo a last chance qualifier, a Sag chance qualifier, or I think there's 2 spots in the actual round of 81. So you don't know where you're going to end up if you lose. You would much rather win and be the high seed, I think, in your set, especially because the 2 winning seeds have like they'll be fairly balanced games, so they'll give you a decent chance of moving on. So you definitely want to win this set. Like, you don't want to try and manipulate the brackets. I put some effort into making it so that players wouldn't want to like intentionally lose to get themselves into a specific matchup the next round. I tried to put thought towards that. Someone did 150k on Matze. Oh. Oh no, they're Rex. I might have to invalidate that. Crap. Does someone know something I don't? Might be tricking us with insider betting. I don't know the outcomes to anything. But only broadcasters have access to the Rex, I think. Quickly pans over to Wrang Fire Discord. You don't know any spoilers. I'm going to cancel this prediction. I'm going to cancel this prediction, guys. I apologize. Because it's a wreck. We're going to cancel that. You guys will get your channel points back. Apologies. Hadn't considered that. Yeah. You're just trying to share out some points. I'm sure you were a tissue. I'm sure you're just trying to get the get some channel point betting moving. It's all right though. We got 1 live game today. Ooh, yellow's gonna build a forward kingpin as teal hits castle. You gotta be careful, man. What if someone castle drops this? Oh my god. Anyways, TC from LB10 on. Did we not go to stone? What? Why? Why are we not going conks? I am confused as to that decision. A Sensar transported to the outside with Vils. And says, ooh, as he's getting pressured from LB10. This is, I don't know what's going on with this, but I would not want to have my king on that forward wood line. Gray being smart and leaving that dangerous island. I mean, you could set up eco out there. Like there's gold, there's some baobab trees that have twice as much wood as a normal tree. There's relics. There's definitely reasons to go to the outside, but you can't send your king there. Like it literally cannot get into the garrison. Or it cannot get into the cannot garrison in the transport. So there's less pressure to expand to the outside. I this is why I'm a little bit confused, because I feel like if LB10 castle drops into conks, right? If they had instant Spanish castle drop into conks and then fired conks into Matze's base, I guess then the risk if you do that is that the other opponent will win. But you could send 3 conks to each player's base. To me, the cool thing is I'm pretty sure that if you make like bombard galleons, bombard whatever, what are they? Cannon galleons, bombard galleons. Cannon galleons, well, if you have them on opposite sides of the map, you'll reach almost the entire of the map with them, so you can't really like hide your king forever. Bombard galleons, by the way, is a lot easier to remember than cannon galleons. I like that name. I like my name better. Trickle down, etc. Yeah. Gray with the king right under the TC. Everybody going with kings under the TC except for yellow, who's doing this. I still don't like this. I feel like if, like, what's yellow see? Yeah, I can see why we're putting that down. Because what if there is a castle that's being built right here? The castle would go up. Like, imagine if LB10 was building a castle right there. The castle would go up and hit the king before yellow could even react to it. No betting is Alucard. It's because they're Rex. You're a Gamba addict. Teal's going to add a dock over here on the east. Teal's expanded to the outside as well, but not on any extra res. What's your scouting look like, LB10? Doesn't know about the extra gold or stone. There's a stone. LB10 kind of has, like, ownership of an entire corner. I mean, like, Gray does too, but it's a lot more squished. And we also have a pretty fat-looking size of land here for Matze in the north. Like, literally, like, sectioned off. I kind of like Teal's position the best still, but... Ooh, that tower. It's going to start getting constrictive here in the center. Players sitting back. It's good. I was in the mood for kind of a little bit of sit-back boomy game. Especially on this map. It's so, like, crammed in anyways. This map, Socotra. There's some fun... we got some fun combinations of maps and setting. Sensar. Sensar. You can't garrison your king, Sensar. He's like, oh no. Oh no, I can't do that.
Well, we're boned.
Gray was like, oh, I'm just going to send my king to the outside, put it into a corner. Oh, no. Oh, no. Maybe they're just trying it. I don't know. The reality of the settings is setting in. You can see it contemplating like, my God. What will I do? I'm stuck here next to these farmers. Well, the next logical answer is you have to put a castle somewhere and then stick your king around it. And then you don't want to be too close to the inside, too close to the outside. You probably want to build it right where that mill is. All right, well, Gray's going to get some more eco spread to the outside here. I still feel like Yellow's king is vulnerable there. Although now it's all, I guess it's all visible now. You wouldn't be able to sneak a castle up anymore. And the organ guns to defend from Yellow too. My favorite part about this mode is where players kind of have to like build up fortifications. I actually really like it because the different type of like planning you have to do as to how to like, you'll see players make like labyrinths where they have to like feed units to get to the king, or they'll just like straight like wall the king off and make like a super big pen with another pen inside. We saw someone build like a row of gates and stick the king in the middle of the row of gates, like a king tunnel. This is what I was talking about. If this had just gone up here when Yellow didn't have line of sight on this wood line, it would have been nuts. The tower from Yellow is good, yeah. Yellow's grabbed a lot of ownership of this wood line here. Wood's going to be important too. Like, this is really crummy to take in the late game. Having access to these wood lines. On the other hand, Yellow's going to lose all of this. Going to have to be switching these villas over to that side, or is going to start losing them real fast. 1 goes down, 2 goes down, 3 goes down. Kind of crazy. Ooh. We've got some walls happening out here. That's kind of standard for late game hamburgers to get these walls up.
Another one.
Each tree needs a lumber camp on the outside.
Another one.
Another one. We're building another town center? Why? I don't get it. LB10 with the eco lead. We've got 100 villagers for teal down here in the south. Is anybody up to Imperial Age? LB10's going to click up in a second. That's why I was asking. Gray's not up. Gray getting wheelbarrow. There's Imp from yellow. It was around that time, guys. We're coming up on that 30-minute mark. You know, it's time to start thinking about Imperial Age. You're just joining us. This is Wrang 4. It's a 1 versus 1 versus 1 tournament. Prize pool is currently at $2,500. It's entirely community funded by viewers that watch me. You guys are the ones that paid for this tournament and these settings to happen. Monks from Sensar. I don't know if you even want to give a single villager conversion up. You do not want to sneak in your base with a king that you have to take care of. And I wonder if that's just because Sensar wants some wood. Wait. Where's the conversion? Is that... Where's that conversion? You just got sniped by a tower. Okay, well. This is weird. It's like we're getting... I'm seeing forced aggression out of the players. Like, teal and yellow both... This was a standoff until one of them decided to build the tower and invest in building the tower, right? Okay, in a second, though, we're going to have teal and yellow in Imp. Did Gray not? I still can't believe Gray hasn't clicked up. Gray's got to be clicking up soon, right? I wonder if I like Gray's position better. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking the 3 castles and with the king pen in the middle. I'm really digging that. And then you throw down Fatorias everywhere, and you'll just be really, really difficult to assault. Who's converting the outpost on the outside? Oh, okay. Oh, yes. There's the monk. So Gray has redemption then. That's good to know. Outpost conversions. I don't know if I've ever seen someone convert an outpost. When the game starts, are the edges next to the tree lines open? Yes. Players have to go forwards and wall these. Sometimes there's a third water in the center as well that needs to be walled. All right, well, LB10 is Imp. Matze's Imp. Sensar, still no click up. Is that... There it is. There's the Imperial HTC out there. And University going down. This has been the most passive game we've seen at Wrang, including any of the viewer show matches we've run by far. It's almost like it's amazing to see, quite frankly. I actually played a game on these settings, and it's around this point where it starts getting incredibly hard to keep your kings alive. Remember, all 3 players have to leave their kings on the center. Can't be transported to the outside. LB10 is being forced to retreat. With the fire ships coming in from Sensar, there is a lot of eco that could go down. And we are making a switch into war galleys. You got to be wondering if we're going to see cannon galleons sometime soon. Called them the right thing this time. Crab sniped. Whoa. Oh. Bombard cannon was creeping in too there. That was getting a little close, wasn't it? That still seems really close to me. I feel like you could almost range that with conks. Okay, so Gray is pretty much being untouched. Ooh, demo from LB10 here in the north. This is what we were hoping from the high elo qualifier matches. So last year we went the entire tournament almost without getting like a 2K versus a 2K versus a 2K. So this year I was determined to force that to happen. So I gave 24 spots out to the highest elo players, and then I'm making the next 9 fight over the next 3 spots that are guaranteed spots in the round of 81, and then anybody who loses is thrown to the wind. Now they all get into the tournament, but some of them are in Sag Chance qualifiers and have to win 2 qualifiers just to get back into the round of 81. So you really want to win these games. That's a lot of monks for this gray Portuguese player. Sensar seems to be going like straight monk. Do we even have any other units? We've monks and fire ships. That's it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's the king? Yellow, I really think yellow should get an escape vector set up for this king. Because you send this over here, and it's going to get, like, feisty. This is getting nuts. Also, now that players are Imperial Age, there's the possibility of researching treason. This is getting ugly. I almost want to try and keep all 3 kings in the box, inside line of sight of the box if I can, because there is a Treb over here that's like 8 tiles away from hitting that king. Yellow's the only one with their king all the way forwards, and that's making me nervous. Like, if Gray sends this over here... Can Gray see the king right now? Gray could not see the king. It's hiding. But, I mean, if Gray sends the Trebs here, you could literally just nail the king with trebuchets. This is nuts. This is crazy. That's going to break through. We have onagers coming in for the cut. Matze's going to cut and move organ guns in. And Teal does not have a lot to defend. There's just a couple of conks and some bombard cannons to defend against this. Yellow's going to push Teal. Sensing an opportunity, feeling in a strong position. Sensar has the strongest eco, 125 vils. But that's because Yellow's adding Fatorias. Gray kind of pushing against Teal. And it's happening again! You can't garrison kings in transports! They're stuck in the middle. I might have to make like a general service announcement to everybody in the tournament that they can't do that. Man, that seems so vulnerable to me, though. Like, at this... Oh. Go this way. Can it see that king? King is right there, guys. Ooh, Yellow's army moving in. Bombard cannons might be able to range the king. And we've got ourselves a bombard cannon off here. Which we've seen this before on this map with players trying to snipe each other with bombard cannons like this in Imp. But not with these settings. Like, this isn't going to stretch on forever eventually. Oof. Oh! Yellow tried to dive with the organ guns. Man, the conks just seem like such a good play here. Gray, can you not see the king, Gray? Oh my goodness. It's right there. She could yell at him. She could just yell at him. Hey, Kingy. Kingy, come over here. Get over here, Kingy. Yellow and Gray are like straight up just open now. This is fun. Clouds to the left of me, jokers to the right. How? They're gonna chop into seeing the king. Oh god, the killing fields! I don't know what Teal was up to there. Teal's got a lot of map control on the water, guys. There are ships everywhere around Yellow's base. That feels just a little bit ominous. The king goes down to a Treb snipe! Matze 10 with the Trebs targets the king and gets it! What? I mean, we were waiting for that to happen, right? We were waiting for that. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for that. And you gotta question why LB10 didn't move the king over to this side. I was just saying, look at all the control the LB10 has. And then those Trebs finally pick off that king. Now, Yellow, do not let the same thing happen to you. Gray can see this. Gray, stop attacking Teal. Gray, why are you attacking Teal? Ooh, look at all the caravels. But their king is right here. Wait, did the king move? Where'd the king move? Oh, it's on this side now. We need a counter for the missing king snipe. I didn't miss the king snipe. I barely saw it. Okay, well, Gray's like gonna lose a ton of ships just to firing them around the outside here. King is right tucked in there. And it's gonna be monks versus we got a straight up monk organ gun off. An organ monk gun off. Do these range? No. We still don't actually know. Yellow's done such a good job of concealing that king. But I think Gray's gonna win this. I think Gray's gonna win this fight. Yellow's gonna need something to turn this back. There's so many bombard cannons here. Ooh, ooh, we're cycling towards the organ guns. No, 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 no. You gotta, yes. There you go. There you go, Yellow. Yellow moving that king out of harm's way. You say this could take a while, Purge. But there's only so much real estate available for players. As long as you keep pushing through the center, eventually you'll kill your opponent because they're going to run out of places to hide the king. So ultimately it comes down to a fight over the center, which I think is great. Yellow has way worse eco. I mean, now that we've lost those Fatorias, yes. Yellow's eco is in danger of just falling completely apart here. Setting up for, what is that, Bloodlines and Light Cav and or Hussar. So might be going for like a last-ditch attempt at a snipe. I don't dislike cavalry archers here. I really don't. You do have to go to a mess of 4 castles. So. And Sensar, I think we missed a GG called there from Yellow. Did I miss the GG from Yellow? I think Yellow must have said GG, and it just didn't get picked up by the in-game chat. Your winner is Sensar. The snowball was too quick for Yellow. Yellow sniping Teal. It didn't. I feel like it did not cost Yellow the game to snipe the king. I feel like it didn't need to, at least. I feel like Yellow could have pulled this back. You need like a 2-part strategy. You can't be content with taking one player out. You can't be like, okay, I'm gonna take this guy out because I can. No, you gotta take out both players or you're gonna die. Yellow's king died. What? Oh, Yellow sent the king forwards. You think they did that? Wait, do you think that was intentional? It looked intentional. I don't know. They do kind of panic, don't they? We'd have to find out from Matze. The game was over at that point, I think. The only chance that Yellow had was to get some sort of snipe off, and Gray had water control. And it was just not going to happen. So it's GG. Yeah, it might have been a misclick, but it looked intentional to me. GG came right with the death star. Okay. It looked like he'd sent the king in. Maybe tried to go Teal's side. We can look at this game a bit more. Did Yellow try and push in at all here? Well, let's find the other king snipe. We can go back to this one. There we go. I want to see how much Yellow knew before this king snipe happened. Because at this point, Yellow had already pushed here. Can't see the king at all. Ooh. Oh, did you see a little bit of extra added? Like, oh, the king. I'll just move forwards a little bit more. And target the king. Yep. Definitely targeted the king. Got it on the first hit. No reaction time from LB10 for that at all. Just on the first hit. But Sensar is going to be the one moving on to the round of 81. LB10 and Matze we will be seeing again. So don't worry about that. We'll take a peek at the stats here and then move on to our next game.
Damn it.
Lots more action coming up here, including we have a game with Kapach, and we have a live game coming up in an hour. So hopefully those two things will line up, as we'll get through the games and then get it going into the next to the live game. Quite often they hit on the first shot. Yes. The trebuchets are not like horribly inaccurate, but they are not very accurate. They're not they're not perfectly accurate would be a better way of phrasing that. Cool stuff. Let's head back to headquarters.